Hi, I'm going to teach you how to solve two-step equations. So the first thing that you're going to do is find the variable. That means find the letter. So on my first example, our letter or our variable is A. Now, there are two numbers that are close to or on the same side of the equal sign as the A. In this case, that's a 4 and a 2. We have to get rid of both of those numbers in order to get A by itself. That's our end goal. Well, we have to decide which one do we get rid of first. Yes, it is important, the order that we choose to go in. Well, in this case, we want to choose the number that is not attached to the variable. That means the number that is not attached to the A. So in this case, this divided by 4, these are attached to each other, and this plus 2 is just chilling over on the side. So we got to get rid of the plus 2 first. I always like to draw a wall to help me remember that whatever I do on one side of my equal sign, I also have to do on the other side of my equal sign as well. So if I want to get rid of this plus 2, I have to do the opposite operation, which means I have to undo the 2. So the opposite operation, or in order to undo the 2, the opposite of a plus 2 is a minus 2. And if I do it on one side of my wall, I have to do it on the other side of my wall also. So now a plus 2 minus 2 is 0. That's gone. It's actually nothing. So I could have written plus 0, but that would be silly to write plus 0. So now all I have is A over 4 equals, because my wall is equals, 6 minus 2 is 4. So now that I only have one number left, all I have to do is, again, the opposite operation in order to undo that number. So I have a divided by 4, so the opposite is to multiply by 4 on both sides of my equal sign. So now I have a 4 on the top of the fraction, because I've multiplied by 4, and a 4 on the bottom of the fraction. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I could write 1 times A, but 1 times A is just A. So A equals 4 times 4 is 16. So our answer is 16. That is one example. Let's go ahead and take a look at an example like this that looks a little bit different. This one also has some division, same as this one had, but the division looks a little bit different. So let's first look, remember we have first to find the variable. The variable is x in this case. Then we have to figure out which two numbers are we trying to get rid of. We're trying to get rid of the negative 6 and get rid of the 4. Finally, which one is attached to the x and which one is kind of by itself? Well, in this case, this division symbol means these two are attached to each other. So we really can't do anything up here, this is the numerator of a fraction, until we get rid of this divided by 4. So first we have to get rid of the divided by 4. It's kind of down there by itself. It's not near, or it's not attached to the x. So the opposite operation will undo divided by 4. The opposite of divided by 4 is times 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides of my wall. Let's go ahead and draw that wall to help me remember. Now I have 4 on top of the fraction and 4 on the bottom of the fraction. 4 divided by 4 is just 1, so that's gone, because multiplying by 1 doesn't make a difference. So the only thing left is negative 6 plus x. I don't have to have parentheses there because there's nothing else around it. Then equals negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And now my last step, I just have to undo this negative 6. I'm trying to get rid of a negative 6. What is the opposite of a negative 6? That would be a plus 6 on both sides of my equal sign. So negative 6 plus 6 is 0. So that's gone. I could write 0 plus x, but that doesn't change the x at all because 0 is nothing. So I just have x equals, and then I solve negative 12 plus 6 is negative 6. So my final answer is x is negative 6. And we actually can go and we can check our work. Our original problem was negative 6 plus x divided by 4 equals negative 3. Well, let's just go and check. If x is negative 6, then we have negative 6 plus negative 6, which is negative 12. Then we have negative 12 divided by 4. Yes, that is negative 3, so we know that's correct.